Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the final game of the Sunday of Gameweek 3 of the Slater Gordon National League WFA Premiership. From here on Court A, we have what on paper appears to be, or at least could be, an absolutely cracking tie to finish the weekend off, as we have Greenbank PFC taking on Newcastle United Foundation PFC. I'm Thomas Pettigrew, and I will soon be joined by Greg Baxter, who is making his way into the commentary booth to join me. The important news before we begin this match is that for Greenbank, Marcus Harrison will not be partaking in the match. As you can see from the stream, you can see that he's in his day chair, so he's suspended for this match and therefore will not take any part in it. So that changes the setup for Greenbank potentially quite a bit and presents an opportunity to Newcastle United Foundation, and I'm pleased to say that better late than never I've been joined by Mr. Greg Baxter. Greg, good afternoon to you, sir.
I'd argue I'm not even late.
Well, you're late because the stream has already started, Mr. Baxter.
Yeah, the referees are chatting. The team,
blame Ryan Sipple.
Teams are chatting.
Blame Mr. Sipple.
Shocking. I was driving over again. Are you talking? There's no way they're starting.
I'm always talking, Greg.
Yeah, that's true. Plenty of...
So, are you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, to be honest, mate, I'm shattered.
That's a great way to sell the match to our viewers.
Yeah, no, it should be a good game. Obviously, the fact that Marcus Harrison isn't available to play makes it easier for Newcastle, but they should be able to give Newcastle a game without Marcus, because Crowett, Kelly, Butch Platt, Curran, all quality players.
Yes, absolutely. It's one of those games, if Marcus was playing, I would make Greenbank favourites, but Newcastle could still do something.
Yeah.
But given that Marcus isn't playing, I think that, I wouldn't say necessarily makes Newcastle favourites, but it makes it closer to a 50-50. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we're in for a really balanced game here.
Absolutely. Could be a cracker to end off Game Week 3 of the WFA Slater Gordon National League Premiership. And just as we're waiting, since the stream began, while the teams are still warming up and going for their team talks, just to give a mention to our sponsors. Obviously, first of all, the title sponsor of the WFA National League, Slater Gordon, but also to MK Battery, who this season are powering our streams, and also the 2-on-1 Powerchair Football podcast, upon which Greg Baxter has been a guest multiple times, including the most recent episode where you were...
I think I'm officially co-host.
Are you an official co-host?
I feel like I might be now.
My sincerest apologies, sir.
Ryan, I think Ryan gave me a promotion.
My sincerest apologies, sir.
I know.
Official co-host. Well, an honour and privilege to share the microphone with you 4 times this afternoon.
What did I do?
What did
I do to deserve that?
Absolutely, 4 times this weekend.
What did I do? Oh,
you were full of joie de vivre.
Oh, here we go again. You're doing Spanish, you?
Yes, I am. Yes.
See, I told you, look, I was not late. We are
about half an hour early. That is hyperbole for the viewers. We are not half an hour early.
No,
but
we're not. Well, the captains get called into now.
On the subject of Spanish and this match, having been a previous teammate of Kieran Steer of Newcastle, I remember when we were playing for the same club in Lothian Wolves up in Scotland, he would often brag to me about his hundreds-day-long Spanish streak on Duolingo. So that's a fun fact for you about one of the combatants of this match.
Oh, you can tell it's a last game on a Sunday, can't you?
As a duel in
You
coach
can
streak.
tell it's a last game on a Sunday. My God. Well, buckle up, people.
It's going to be great fun.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Right, Steve Cott, the referee, just goes over to chat to Ian Harley and just we'll work out who's going to start the
So, would you like to, in this time, would you like to go through the lineups for the viewers?
Yes, mate, sure. So, well, obviously for Greenbank, they've only got 4 players without markers, so Butch Platt in goal, Crowder in the middle, Kelly on one wing and Curran on the other. And for Newcastle, it is what would be adjudged to be their strongest starting 4, I would say. Crawshaw in the middle is certainly the one they've used mostly. Crawshaw in the middle, wearing the goalkeeper jersey. Kieran Steer on one wing. Cole Simpson on the other with Lee Armstrong behind, and we are underway. Steer flicking it to Crawshaw, 180. Deflection off. Kelly goes out for a corner to Newcastle.
Almost a perfect start there for Newcastle. That deflection
Yep.
just wide of the post. We'll be looking to start well here. This corner, which will be taken by Kieran Steer.
Good flick away by
The other
Crowder.
way, yep. Steer again. Cross-shot across Simpson. Blocked by Craddock.
It's a brilliant ball that from Crawshaw.
It was. Steer to take another corner. Well cleared out by Torbjorn Craddock.
Yep. Kick in for Newcastle. Must have taken a deflection.
No, kick in for Greenbank.
Yep, sorry, Greenbank, yep.
Which will be taken by Jacob Buchel.
I knew that as well.
I'm sure you did,
I was
Greg.
clocking it and still got it wrong.
Steer and Craddock renewing rivalries from the 2025 EPFA Nations Cup. Cross shot with the ball across Simpson. Ball to Steer.
Oh, it was going wide, but Bookpack didn't know that. Kick in for Newcastle.
Which will be taken by Steer. He looks to be going back to Crawshaw by the angle of his chair, but having a quick scan, chooses that option. Tries to go through the gap actually.
Simpson. Oh, I thought he was going to have a long range shot there. Crawshaw down to Steer. This is good from Newcastle. Ball across. Nice.
Newcastle starting on the front foot here, Greg.
Oh, absolutely, mate. They have taken the initiative in this game. And Throstles are 1-0 up over Muscle Warriors on court B. Early goal in that one.
Throttles really seem to have taken themselves to a new level over this weekend and the end of last weekend.
Mate, they have been.
They're riding that
stuff.
wave.
They really have. They've been good stuff. The West Brom DNA flowing through Baggies last weekend and Throttles this weekend.
Crawshaw towards Simpson, blocked out by Craddock. Crawshaw, Craddock in the battle. Crawshaw gives away the kick in. And Buchplaat, the designated goalkeeper, comes out to take. Some contact there, giving us a foul against Cole Simpson.
Yeah.
You could see the movement of Torbjorn Craddock's head and a bit of his chair rocking as a result of that. Buchplaat to take the resulting direct free kick. Craddock. Blocked out by Crawshaw. Craddock comes back for more.
Tell you what, that was a bit of hefty contact there.
That was hefty.
Our referee, Steve Crump, awarding that free kick.
And awarding it in the favour of Greenbank. It shall now be taken by Jacob Buchplaat. Options of Crarup, and he chooses that one. He'll look to go across, blocked out by Crawshaw. Simpson now with a good ball up towards Steer, well blocked out by Ellie Curran. And a 2-on-1 is the decision by central referee Steve Crump. And an indirect free kick as a result to be taken by Newcastle United Foundation PFC and their captain Ollie Crawshaw. Towards Simpson, back to Crawshaw, misses a spin. Kieran Steer can't quite get back around the ball to keep it in play, and it goes out for the Greenbank sideline.
I'm just letting you talk, mate. You carry on.
That's a mistake very few people have made.
You just carry on, mate.
Book flat. Crarup and Steer. A 2-on-1. Luke Kelly driving across the line of sight of Torbjorn Crarup there. And probably one of the easiest decisions Steve Crump has had to make this weekend. Crawshaw to take the resulting indirect free kick. Steer. Flick towards Simpson. Crarup cleans up though. Gets past Simpson, is met by Crawshaw, who drives out of play for a Greenbank sideline. To be taken by a Buchplaat. Jacob Buchplaat, one of the most impressive young players in the division. Would you agree, Greg?
Oh, absolutely. He is just so assured, so composed. You see that great front bumper there. They're playing a bit of a 3.5 system, possibly 4 out.
Kelly.
But he's just, his
Buchplaat.
ability on the ball is
Steer gets in there.
so good for someone his age.
Absolutely. Steer and Crarup in the battle. Steer gets the better of it on this occasion. Doesn't get the power on the flick he would have wanted. Crarup clears it away, up towards Curran. Goes for the full spin, doesn't get the connection she would have wanted. Cleared away by Crawshaw, deflects off the bumper of Curran, and it goes out of play for a Newcastle United Foundation kick in. Crawshaw to take. Steer flicks. Simpson back to Crawshaw. Over towards Steer. Takes the touch. Tries to spin. Some contact there. Look, Kelly on the ball now. Crawshaw and Kelly in the battle. Crawshaw looks to get past Luke Kelly as there's another goal on court B. Is that correct, Nick?
Yeah, 2-0 to Thrussels in the Donoghue derby.
Indeed it is.
Sean playing for Muscle Warriors. Thomas playing for Thrussels.
Slightly less dramatic than the previous Donoghue derby, in which Tom Donoghue playing for Norwich last season relegated Sean Donoghue playing for Nottingham shirt on the last day, but a derby nonetheless. I'm sure there will be bragging rights up for stake in the family this evening. Crarup with a good ball to Kelly, and a sclaf shot finds its way in past Crawshaw and Armstrong, and it's Luke Kelly the scorer. Puts Greenbank into a 1-0 lead.
But they've really not had the rub of the green this weekend, Newcastle. They lost in the last 30 seconds against West Brom in their opening game. They then, against Aspire, conceded a goal that went just over the bumper, so the goalkeeper had no chance what to do anything about it. And then that one there is just clearly shanked by Kelly. Yeah, they'll be disappointed after a strong start to be behind.
And in the aftermath of that goal, Newcastle's response is to make a substitution and bring on Matty Harrison in place of Kieran Steer. What do you think, Greg, in terms of what Matty Harrison can offer his side as he comes on to try and bring them back level and into the game?
He will just be able to use his experience, his know-how, just to guide this side. He's got the ability. He will hold his position in defence as well, as you see here. Bring the ball clear, and just a little bit of miscommunication.
Buchplaat to come up to take. Crarup down the line. Kelly central, Curran on the other wing. Crarup across towards Curran, cut out by Crossshot. Buchplaat now.
Good ball from Buchplaat.
Crarup. And the two Newcastle defenders collide but manage to clear the ball away. Crosshaw flicks in, Buchplaat gets there, brings it wide, Curran vacates the space. Crarup the option for Buchplaat in the centre, he brings it to the goal and is met by Lee Armstrong. Taking his time is young Jacob Buchplaat. Crawshaw takes control, gets the ball out and clears it up the court. And is now in an attack, and Buchplaat comes back. And that is a foul.
Tell you what, some argument that was cynical there.
You could say. Some might argue that, yes, Craig.
Maybe not, having watched it back. Nah. Criticism. There you look at.
But regardless, it is a free kick to Newcastle United Foundation, which will be taken by their captain, goalkeeper and number 4, Ollie Crawshaw.
It's got Matty Harrison to his left, Simpson to his right, Crawshaw. That worked to good effect in their earlier game. And he's made contact there with Kelly.
A very clear foul there. As soon as you make contact with the back of the chair, or you tackle with the back of your chair, that is a foul. An easy decision for Steve Crump, which he makes, as you would expect him to. And Crarup now on the ball. Tries to bring it wide. Goes back inside. Crawshaw looks to have got the better of this one on this occasion, and he brings the ball clear. Looks for a flick. Gets the flick. Simpson, front bumper, looks to find Harrison. Well cleared up. And
Jesus. Oh my God.
the ball from court...
My heart was in my mouth.
The ball from court B pinged up over the dividing wall between the courts and hit Greenbank coach Marcus Harrison on the head.
I couldn't get my mic away to yell heads quick enough. Oh, my heart was in my mouth there. I thought all I could see was that ball dipping towards Marcus.
It looks like, thankfully, he's okay. And the game is back underway here on court A. Cross shot in possession of the ball. Crawshaw spun across, well blocked out by Kelly. Kelly looking to clear, drives it clear instead. It's met by Crawshaw. Crawshaw gets the flick. Simpson, well cut out by Torbjorn Crarup, who's met by Ollie Crawshaw. The Dane looking to drag his opponent back towards his own goal. Gets the flick, does Torbjorn Crarup. Look,
that's a two.
That is the clearest 2-on-1. I said that 5 minutes ago about a 2-on-1.
Yeah, that's a 2.
But that's even clearer.
That's a textbook definition of a 2-on-1.
Absolutely. Crawshaw to take the resulting indirect free kick for Newcastle. Towards Harrison. And the ball goes straight out of play.
Yeah. Newcastle just struggling to get that final pass. They're stringing together a couple of moves that are nice, but...
Crarup driving the ball clear. And like you say, Greg, it's that final touch, that final pass or shot that is just eluding Newcastle at this moment in time. They'll be looking to address that going forward further into this match. As Simpson drives forward.
That's a free kick.
And some contact there. The wheel of Torbjorn Crarup. And it's given as a foul. It's clear that Cole Simpson didn't think so, but Steve Crump just shakes his head.
I mean, it's definitely a foul.
Simpson and Craddock back at it again.
Heavy contact between Claret and Buck Platt. Simpson just trying to work the ball free and more drive. Buck Platt over to his right hand side. Will he win a corner? Matty Harrison.
Considering Matty Harrison's on the other side of the court, he would have done a good job to win a corner, but yes.
It was Cole Simpson winning in the end. Sorry, because I saw Matty Harrison going from one side to the other.
As you said earlier, you can tell it's the last game.
Yeah, cut me some slack, sorry. Apologies to the viewers, but it's last game of the day on a Sunday. A long weekend, I've had a long few days.
Oliver Crawshaw to take the resulting kick in.
Oh, that was
Finds the gap, but Simpson's not there.
No, I want to watch this back because I'm adamant Matty Harrison gets a touch on this. No, Claret does. I thought I was about to give Matty Harrison loads of praise because it was a lovely little deft flick, but I think it's Claret.
Well, this is definitely Craddock driving up the court. Some contact there, nothing doing.
We play to the whistle, like, hello? There's no whistle, you play on. Everyone just stopped, didn't they?
They did indeed. I myself did think that a foul would be forthcoming, but it appears not. Crawshaw towards Harrison. Good pick off. Back to Simpson. Well cut out by Torbjorn Craddock. Crawshaw. Back to Simpson. Misses his spin and it goes out for a Greenbank goal kick.
I tell you what, Ollie Crawshaw's playing some lovely football.
He is. He's pinging the passes about the place. Perfect. Well, almost perfectly. Buchplatt to take the goal kick. Craddock. Kelly. Craddock misses his spin. Simpson gets in there. Back to Crawshaw. Craddock gets in there. Crawshaw bites back. The ball goes out of play. For a Greenbank. Sorry, a Newcastle kick in. The linesman did signal.
No, the linesman signalled for a Newcastle ball. And he got it wrong. It is his first day.
It is indeed. So,
but no, it did very. I could see it took a last touch off Ollie Crawshaw.
Crawshaw. Simpson. Well cut out by Kelly. It's a Newcastle ball now. Crawshaw, Simpson back to Crawshaw. Misses his spin, but Armstrong's there.
Tell you what, why didn't Luke Kelly 180 that? Because I'm pretty certain that would have found Ellie Curran with no one in the Newcastle goal. Watch this back. Yeah. He's a little bit close to his back bum, but I think he could have made space to 180 it. 4-0 for Thrussels on court B. With 2.5 minutes left in that first half. 1-0 here to Greenbank with a minute and a half left.
Kelly now drives forward. It's met by Crawshaw. Kelly looking for the flick. Gets it. Tourbillon comes up, Tourbillon Craddock comes up to take the ball.
Crarup driving at the box. It's been the first real foray into Newcastle half since they took the lead, I would say.
Craddock and Armstrong battling on the edge of the box. Craddock has it now, looks for a flick, gets the flick. Kelly. Curran doesn't seem able to vacate the space, she's trapped there in that corner.
Well,
and there she is, she's vacated it now.
She's waiting on a shout from Kelly that never came. So you got to help your teammate out there and give her a shout. Do you want to stay or go? And there was no shout whatsoever.
Absolutely, yes. From playing that high and wide role myself, I can attest to the fact that communication is vital with regards to positioning, as you say, Greg. Kelly on the ball now. Just invites Crawshaw in. And it goes out.
Half time.
Was that half time on this court? I thought it was half time on the other court. My apologies, viewers. We are at half time, and the score stands at half time. Greenbank 1, Newcastle United 0. What have you made overall in the first half, Greg?
Yeah, it's been a decent game of football. Greenbank getting that goal advantage, but Newcastle played some nice stuff. They just need that final third and a bit of clinicalness to put one away.
Absolutely.
And a killer ball.
I would agree with that. They've had the territory without looking overly dangerous. You have to say, Greenbank's goal, fortunate, but you take the luck, you make your own luck, and you take what you can get. Join us again soon, everyone, for the second half of this enthralling encounter here in the WFA National League Premiership. Welcome back, everyone, to the final match here on Sunday, game week 3 of the WFA Slater Gordon National League Premiership. You join us ready for the second half of this tie between Greenbank PFC and Newcastle United Foundation PFC, where the half-time score stands at Greenbank 1, Newcastle 0. I'm Thomas Pettigrew and delighted once again to be joined by Greg Baxter for the second half of this enthralling encounter. Greg, what are you expecting from the second half?
More of the same, to be honest. We see that Matty Harrison's gone back off for Kieran Steer. More of the same, mate. Newcastle will have to start throwing caution to the wind a little bit the more longer it stays 1-0, but the longer it stays 1-0 is the more dangerous scoreline for Greenbank, so it should be an enticing 20 minutes.
Absolutely. If I'm right, Greg, this result as it stands draws Greenbank level at the top of the table with Leeds.
It does indeed.
So it will be very important to them, stating the obvious here, very important to hang on if they can and try and extend that lead should the opportunity arise for them to do.
Yeah, it's just goal difference holding them back.
Absolutely.
At the minute. Free kick, which Book Platt will take. Crarup can't quite get that into the corner.
Crarup still battling with Armstrong. Trying to get space for a flick, perhaps, and he gets it now. Full spin off of the back wheel of Ollie Crossshot, and it must have in fact taken another neck off of a Greenbank chair.
It double ricocheted off the back of Crarup's chair.
As it is a Newcastle sideline ball. Taken by Simpson towards Steer, but Crarup cuts it out well. Crarup now into the centre of the pitch is met by Ollie Crawshaw. The Dane looks to bring it wide. Brings it wide, but goes out for a Newcastle United ball. To be taken by Ollie Crawshaw. Towards Steer, flecked, cut out by Crarup. Crarup and Crawshaw, as has been the case for most of this game, continuing to battle. Crawshaw appears to be getting the better of this one on this occasion so far, but Crarup bites back as he always does and takes back control, but then flicks it off the back wheel of Crawshaw, giving back control to the Newcastle captain, and the ball ends up going out of play. For a Greenbank ball to be taken by Jacob Buchplatt into Crarup. Crarup up against Steer. Steer gets the better of it on this occasion. Flex, Crawshaw. Cut out by Kelly, but yes, as you say, very clear, 2-on-1. Have to say, great flick there from Steer back to Crawshaw to set that opportunity up.
Yeah, better. As I stifle a yawn, that's nothing to do with the quality of this game, that is more to do with how tired I am. Yeah, better from Newcastle, but they have been playing well up until they get to around the edge of the box, and then from then it's just broken down a little bit.
Just lacking that final touch.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, Greg, Buchplatt, Crarup drives it towards the line. Craddock drives slowly, is met by Crawshaw. Craddock drives round the ball. Steer attempts to clear, is now faced with a one-on-one battle with Danish international Torbjørn Craddock. Steer with a good flick, is met by Kelly. Kelly drives it up the court. Steer comes back though. A strong physical player is Steer. As mentioned earlier, he was a former teammate of mine, so know exactly what he's like and the strengths that he has. And I have to say, this physical battling style of play really does suit him. Back in on Kelly as Steer. Kelly will be somewhat happy to just keep the ball up here. Second half, still 1-0 up, our Greenbank of course, so the more time they can spend in the Newcastle area, they will be happy with that. Steer attempts to drive forward, and the ball goes out of play for a Greenbank ball, to be taken by number 30, designated goalkeeper Jacob Buchplaat. As discussed in the first half with Greg, Jacob is a very impressive young player with a lot of potential moving forward in the game. In fact, this Greenbank team as a whole has a lot of potential to grow together and improve. Kelly now takes the touch, is met by Armstrong. Armstrong looks for a flick, doesn't get it. Kelly comes back though. Armstrong driving Kelly back towards his own goal. Kelly gets back, flicked by Armstrong to Crawshaw, back towards Armstrong, cut out by Kelly. Ball goes out for the Newcastle United Foundation PFC kick in, to be taken by their designated goalkeeper and number 4 and captain Ollie Crawshaw. Armstrong with the flick, Craddock mops up well. Simpson is there but can't achieve much with it. Crawshaw to Armstrong, Simpson all the way across, and it just evades Lee Armstrong as he looks to apply the finishing touch but can't quite get there, and it trickles out of play for a Greenbank kick in. My apologies, goal kick rather, to be taken by Buchplaat towards Craddock. And there is that Greenbank kick in that I mistakenly said happened 10 seconds ago. Is now happening now, around halfway, taken by Jacob Buchplaat as Craddock as the central option opts for that one. Craddock jinks out to the wing. Now crosses back into the centre. Back over to the other wing. Looks for a flick now, looks to give himself the space. Doesn't get the flick but still has the space. Steer looking to get in about that space. Restrict the space of the Danish international Craddock. Craddock happy to spend some time in the corner, as previously mentioned, and manage the game. Steer manages to force a kick in to Newcastle United Foundation. Crawshaw to take towards Simpson, cut out by Kelly. Simpson drives forward. Kelly doing well. Simpson looking for a flick, gets it. Crawshaw across. Armstrong cut out well by Torbjørn Craddock, who brings it clear. Takes his time, calm and composed as always, as the Danish international. Gets past Ollie Crawshaw at the first time of asking, but Crawshaw comes back for more. Looks to clear up the court. Gets it on the front of his bump up. Looks to pass to Armstrong. Some contact there. And the referee, Steve Crump, gives a foul against Torbjørn Craddock and in favour of Newcastle United Foundation PFC. Crawshaw to take the resulting free kick towards Armstrong. Back to Crawshaw. Armstrong again. Across. Well cut out by Craddock. Buchplaat drives it clear. Now leaves it to Craddock. Crawshaw plays it off the Danes' side of the Danes bump up. And Crawshaw himself shall take the resulting kick in. Crawshaw, Armstrong, looks to go across, finds its way to Simpson eventually, does the ball. Crawshaw looks to pass to Armstrong, is cut out by Kelly, and has to settle for another kick in. Does young Ollie Crawshaw. Goes to Armstrong, flicked. Simpson, back to Crawshaw. Tries to get back to Armstrong, well cut out by Luke Kelly. Some contact there, nothing given. And Kelly brings it clear. Does so well. Kelly looks for a flick, it goes as far as Armstrong. Crawshaw, Simpson, across to Armstrong, shoots, saved by Buchplatt, and brought clear somewhat by Torbjorn Crarup. It's met by Crawshaw, gets past Crawshaw. The Newcastle captain comes back for more. Gets a flick clear, but only as far as Luke Kelly. Crawshaw forced to drive it towards the line. Curran gets a touch on it there, and it goes out for a Newcastle United Foundation kick in their own defensive area, to be taken by Captain Crawshaw. Kelly intercepts, well saved by Steer. Crarup in control of the ball now, plays it off Armstrong. Armstrong takes it round the back of the Danish international Crarup. Kelly just about vacates the space and time, and a foul given. Contact and a yellow card for Torbjorn Crarup.
I'm back, Thomas.
You are back, Greg. Welcome back.
Had to take a refreshment break. Is that a yellow card for Torbjorn Crarup?
It was indeed a yellow card for Torbjorn Crarup.
Contact, was it?
Contact foul, yes. Crawshaw with a flick. Simpson tries to go back across to Crawshaw. Crawshaw, goal! A lovely move between Crawshaw and Simpson, and Crawshaw applies that finishing touch that had been lacking so far for Newcastle United. Equaliser, 1-1.
Crikey, what a move, what a goal. Brilliant finish from Ollie Crawshaw. The assist. Was it Cole Simpson? It was, wasn't it?
Simpson, Cole Simpson, yes.
Yeah, it was. Brilliant ball back. Finish was excellent, and the celebrations you saw were
brilliant to see how
jubilant.
Brilliant to see how much this sport means to everyone involved.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Absolutely. I myself have known to give it a bit of an extravagant celebration at times, so I can relate to that.
A bit.
Just a smidge, Greg. Just a smidge.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Always remain calm and composed.
But there are two words not associated with you on a football pitch, Tom. Especially when you score.
Indeed, indeed.
Buchplatt brings it forwards.
Now, Buchplatt is a player with whom the words calm and composed do apply.
Absolutely.
Simpson, good flick. Crawshaw goes for a 180. Doesn't quite get the connection he would have wanted. And it goes out of play for a Greenbank ball to be taken by Jacob Buchplatt.
Crarup into the middle.
And back out to the other wing.
Is that? You have to tell me, is that equaliser warranted with the spell of the game that I missed with Newcastle on top?
I would say, I mean, they had some opportunities in and around the area, but it was much of the same as what you saw with up until that goal. The finishing touch just couldn't be applied. I would say it was the spell of the game you missed was quite even, I would say.
Yeah.
But so based on it being quite even, you would suggest a draw at the moment. The current scoreline is probably about fair. But Greenbank do not care a jot for fairness as they try and regain their lead, and so they do. Jacob Buchplatt driving the ball over the line, remained calm and composed and managed to find that gap and just squeeze the ball over the line. In the absence of Greenbank coach and captain Marcus Harrison, Jacob Buchplaat taking up the mantle of the dribble goal. Marcus Harrison celebrating wildly on the sideline as his team regain the lead. 2-1 to Greenbank.
I mean, you thought those Newcastle celebrations were jubilant. My word. That was a big roar and a big group celebration for Greenbank. That's a huge goal. Keeps them joint top of the table. Brilliant patience from Buchplaat. Worked it along the bumper of Crawshaw.
You can tell he's being coached by Marcus Harrison, you have to say.
Oh, absolutely.
Which might sound like a criticism, but Marcus Harrison's probably one of the best players in the world when it comes to that skill. It's
the live chat is apparently your call of the Crawshaw goal as he has to defend here with Kieran Steer on the line. Hang on, we'll get there in a sec. Crarup battling away with Steer at that near post.
Looking for another dribble goal as Jacob Buchplaat managed, but Steer manages to just about bring it clear. And is met by Luke Kelly. Out of play goes the ball for a Newcastle United Foundation
So yeah,
PFC kick in.
you're screaming for the Crawshaw equaliser. Burst David D's eardrums.
My apologies. Former teammate of mine is David D.
And the
Great young player.
Yeah. Got some Albin Vogelson tuning in from Denmark, cheering on Crarup. Harry Mackay cheering on Newcastle. Good to see the chat is
Albin Vonsen himself, a great player for the Danish national team over many years. A teammate of Crarup internationally.
former Greenbank player Liam Fitzpatrick also in the chat.
Great to see the chat room busy, Greg.
Kick in for Newcastle. 2.5 minutes left for them to try and find an equaliser.
Yes. There were momentarily 2 balls on the pitch there, but I chose not to comment on it because that comment I made earlier in one of our games yesterday has went a bit viral in the Middlesbrough room. It's a very popular comment that I made. Armstrong looking for the 180, doesn't quite get it, and the ball goes out of play for a Greenbank ball.
I chose to not mention it until I mentioned it.
Yes,
that was a classic, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
I've chosen to not mention the subject I'm currently mentioning.
Indeed. Indeed.
Barrett brings it forward, battling with Armstrong.
My apologies.
Again, Crarup, he will look to just take this to the corner, do a Marcus Harrison. Just lock this up on the dribble. They're the team that you don't want to give a lead to because they just are gritty and awful to play against. With the greatest of respect to them, they do it well.
Absolutely. We played them last weekend and conceded a goal early on in the second half, and Marcus Harrison spent the next 15 minutes sat directly next to the ball, barely moving, and managed to eke out a 1-0 win.
Just over 1 minute left. Armstrong. What a ball that is.
That is an incredible pass. Unfortunately, Cole Simpson just couldn't get there, but what a ball from Lee Armstrong. Greg Baxter is currently sat applauding that silently, which you probably didn't want me to mention, but I've mentioned it anyway.
You can mention it all you like, mate. It was.
Well, I've mentioned it now, so if I couldn't, then I've done it already, okay? And Crarup taking his time with this kick in. Played gently into the path of Jacob Buchplaat. Brings it clear. Just Buchplaat. Armstrong looking to pick off. Contact there. The referee, Steve Crump, gives it in favour of Newcastle United Foundation and gives them a chance late on here to equalise yet again. Armstrong. And the free kick will be retaken.
Armstrong down to Crawshaw. Either a shot or a cross, but he'll be Armstrong down to Crawshaw, and now they're going to just park Luke Kelly behind Crawshaw. Mark Harrison telling Luke Kelly to do that. If he'd have hit that, he would have got it. Crawshaw, he's off. Crarop's off the pitch. Oh, he's given a goal kick. And that would probably be that. I tell you what, if Lee Armstrong actually hit that ball with a bit more pace.
Crarup had left a massive hole.
It was direct.
Yes, and Crarup had left a massive hole for a moment, and just about managed to get back there in time. A 2-on-1 now has been given in the favour of Greenbank, and you have to say that's probably that.
Yeah, I think so. That is that.
Buchplaat
for
takes
Greenbank.
it gently into the path of Crarup, and that is full time. Greenbank PFC 2, Newcastle United Foundation PFC 1. A gargantuan win at the top of the table for Greenbank, as that puts them level on points at the top of the table with the Leeds PFC. Greg, if you may, your player of the match, if you please.
Jacob Buchplaat for me. At the heart of everything they did. Scored the winning goal. You know, played some really nice balls across the ball, switching it to and from. Ollie Crawshaw I thought was excellent as well, but yeah, Buchplaat for me, on the winning team, got the winning goal. I
agree wholeheartedly. So everyone, that is that for Gameweek 3 of the Slater Gordon WFA National League Premiership. Thank you for joining all of our commentary teams across the weekend, and myself and Greg for this one. A cracking finish to the weekend. Thank you, Greg, for joining me once again. Brilliant game to end off, and thank you to everyone for watching. We'll see you again soon.
And get ready to vote for your Swizzles Awards. Thank you to Swizzles for those. It's gone live now. Get ready. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.